I would like to point out that, we may talk about being a silo bridging organization with T-shaped leaders who are customer centric. And then you find a number of cases where the organization, nothing happens. People talk about these ideas, but they don't actually do them. And so this has been a bit of a puzzle to me, and I think there are two parts to this story that I've come to realize. The first part that I think handicaps us is what we call the knowing doing gap, which is you know what to do, you know how to do it, but you don't do it. Now, why do we engage in this kind of behavior? It's like weight loss. All over the world, number one New Year resolution, we don't do it. Now, what research, and the same is true for organizations. A lot of talk about we should be doing this, or we should be agile, or we should be simpler, and then people don't do it. And what researchers who study change have found is that there are some things we call hidden commitments, that we all create in our minds, these hidden commitments. Oh, this is the way we are. Oh, this is the way we do things over here. They're hidden even to ourselves. There are assumptions. We presume a certain way of doing things, and no one is willing to challenge them. And so we just perpetuate these myths, these stories, these legends. That's the way we do it, and no one is willing to question them. That's the first one. A second pathology I see sometimes is what I call a general drift in large organizations away from playing to win to playing not to lose. Now you would say, I'm playing with words over here, or a sports analogy is actually quite true. A play to win mindset is one that is willing to take chances and try things within limits and not be cowed by fear. When we are driven primarily by fear, we create a climate where nobody wants to try anything. The default mode is don't rock the boat. And so we end up in a mode where the general drift is don't rock the boat, play not to lose. A play to win mindset is one that is willing to play offense, not only defense, that is willing to try out new things, experiment, try, engage others. And you can do that both with your customers but also internally, and not simply accept status quo as the only answer. And I think when we think about change and understanding what happens in organizations that are not able to drive agility, it's really two of these pathologies that I see, the knowing-doing gap and a general drift towards playing not to lose.